Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you like my onesie. It's an Eeyore onesie from Winnie the Pooh. It's super comfy. It's one of my favorite articles of clothing that I have. And I'll rep a little earrings with the Eeyore onesie, and all the guys are looking at me, you know? But no, not really. That would be creepy. But anyway, so today is kind of a story time thing. I had a sleep study done, and I'm not talking really loud because my roommate is in the next room and she might be sleeping, so I don't want to bother her. So just crank up the volume if you need to. But I had a sleep study done because for years I have dealt with extreme exhaustion. Like, I can get 12 hours of sleep, wake up, and then need a nap the next day. Like, I need 12 hours to feel rested. I still will need a nap, and I still might need to drink caffeine. And that's not normal for someone my age, and I've been dealing with this for several years. And I don't want to be dependent on caffeine, and my psychiatrist was like, well, I guess you just have to drink lots of coffee. And thank you for trying, but I don't want to just have to drink coffee and stuff, and I've had to start drinking energy drinks like regularly, whereas before energy drinks were just like a treat for me because I think they taste good, but now it's kind of become a thing that I need. And I know, yes, if I exercised it would help, but I know most people my age don't exercise and aren't as exhausted as I am. Like, I'm abnormally exhausted where I fall asleep driving, or almost fall asleep driving a lot. Like, I have to pull over very frequently because I'm too tired to drive, and that's not normal when you get 10 hours of sleep and a nap. And then I can fall asleep in 5 minutes. It's just not normal. So anyway, my psychiatrist recommended I get a sleep study done so that if maybe I have a little bit of narcolepsy or something similar, they can help with that. So I'm here to tell you about my experience in having a sleep study. First of all, I called them on the phone, made an appointment. They asked me some of my symptoms, actually. They asked me some of my symptoms to make sure I was safe to drive and stuff. And then I made an appointment to see the doctor. And the doctor was super duper nice, super nice guy. And he asked me questions and we talked. And it was like an intake. And then he suggested that we run by the insurance to see if I can get a sleep study done, an overnight study. So he went through the insurance with that, and the insurance approved it. So we got that underway. So they called me, and I was like, hey, let's get this started right now. And so I had to wear this watch, the special watch, for a week before my sleep study, and it tracked things like, I think it tracked my sleep patterns and my activity patterns throughout the day, maybe my heart rate and stuff like that. I don't know. It also told the time, which was convenient. But I had to wear that for a week, and I had to press the button when I went to sleep, when I woke up, and I had to record times, like record on a piece of paper when I got in bed, when I turned the lights out, when I woke up, when I got out of bed, when I took the watch off, when I took the watch on. When I took naps, when I woke up from my naps. I had to write that all down for a week. That was kind of annoying, but not that bad. And then I wore that from Sunday to Sunday, and then from Sunday night at 8:30, I had to, from 8:30 Sunday night to about 4:30 Monday night, I had to stay at the facility and stay there. So I get there at around 8:30 Sunday night, and they're like, something's wrong with the insurance and it's not approved. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's annoying. I'm not paying $2,000 for this. But then I sat there for a while, and they were really nice. They worked really hard, and they found out it was approved. Someone just didn't put the right work into the computer, so it was all set. So anyway, I had to bring my own food for like dinner that night if I needed it, or snacks, and then breakfast and lunch the next day. And then I would be there till about 4:30. So I guess if you eat dinner early, you could do that too. But you're allowed to have visitors, and they have water for you, and they have a fridge. I don't know if they had a microwave or not. It was nice. I had the biggest room. It was the pediatric room, because yet I'm 20 years old, but still get the pediatric stuff. But it had 2 beds in it. It was very large. It had dressers, chairs, and stuff in it. It was nice. It had a big mirror. It didn't have a TV, which was kind of a bummer. But I go in there at 8:30, and they basically are like, make yourself comfortable for a little bit. We'll try and get you in bed at the time you usually go to bed, which for me was like 10:30. And so I thought I was just gonna have a couple wires attached to my head, and I'd go to sleep. But no. I had wires all over me. I had wires on my back, on my legs, on my shoulders, stuff up my nose, in my mouth, in my hair. I had stuff attached to me all over the place. I mean, a couple dozen wires were attached to me. Okay? It was a lot of wires. And if you check out my Instagram, there's a picture on my Instagram of the wires that were just attached to my face. And that's a lot of wires. It's crazy. So, you know, how are you supposed to sleep like that? You're already in a new environment. The beds weren't that cozy. You're already in a new place. The bed's not that comfortable. And then you're supposed to sleep normally with 100 wires attached to you and stuff up your nose and in your hair and on your back of your ears and everything. Doesn't make much sense to me. But you know what? I did sleep. It took me a little bit to fall asleep, and you know, they had to come in the room a couple times to fix wires and stuff, but I did sleep. And then in the morning, they had to wake me up at 6, so they had to wake me up at 6. The reason they woke me up at 6 is because every 2 hours, you have to take a 20-minute nap. And they didn't want me there till 9 o'clock at night, so they figured we'll start at 6 so I can get out earlier. So wake me up at 6. They took about half the wires off. Thank goodness, because then I only had to deal with about half the amount of wires. They took the stuff out of my nose and everything, because that was more for sleep apnea and snoring and stuff like that. So they didn't need to measure that during the day. They took the wires off my legs too, which was nice. But yeah, so starting at 6 o'clock, every 2 hours, I take a 20-minute nap. And the reason the naps are so short and stuff is because, for one thing, they want to fit a lot in. And if you have something like narcolepsy or just severe exhaustion, you can fall asleep in 20 minutes and you'll probably go into a pretty deep sleep right away. And you know what? I was able to fall asleep during a couple of those 20-minute naps. Which was really weird is that the one time I thought for sure I didn't fall asleep was the time I slept the most. Because when they wake you up from your nap, you're not supposed to know what time it is until after you fill out a form saying whether or not you thought you fell asleep. It's all about your subjective experience. So I wrote down, no, I did not fall asleep. I do not feel like I slept at all. Then I looked at the time after I submitted the form, and I had slept for about 20 minutes. Like, whoa. That's scary, because that shows that I can just fall asleep and not realize it. So that's really bad. But yeah, to be able to fall asleep in 20 minutes several times during the day, that's pretty bad. And I thought, this is gonna be so relaxing. I have nothing to do. I can just take naps all day. You know, when you're taking 20-minute naps every 2 hours, it's not that relaxing, because you're in this daze all day. You're just in this funk. And I was so tired, I couldn't even read. And I was like dozing off between every 2 hours because I was just half asleep all day. It was really rough. It was not comfortable. Plus you have all these wires attached to you. I washed my hair and I still had the goop in it from the sticky stuff. It was just not fun. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, obviously. I'd rather do that than like a colonoscopy or something. But definitely not as relaxing as I thought it was going to be. But I do think it went well. It should take a couple weeks to get my results back. If I get anything back that I think is worth sharing with you, I will share. But we'll see. But anyway, I thought I would just give you that story time, let you know what a sleep study's like. And if any of you have any questions, just message me, you know, in the comments or whatever. And, yeah. it's a good idea to get a sleep study done if you need one. They don't hurt at all. They really don't hurt. They're just time consuming, you know? But they're not that bad. They're just annoying, inconvenient, you know? But definitely give it a go if you need to. I'm hoping it'll help me. They'll find out what's wrong and they can help me stay awake without having to chug caffeine, you know? Alright, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around till the end, good for you. You're a true fan. Alright. Hugs and kisses. Bye.